I think it's finally time we talk about all of the new Sonic Funko Pops that have released over the past few months.
Lights, camera, action.
But before we get into that though, make sure to like and subscribe because we're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers whenever we do that, and the likes really help me out in the algorithm. Also make sure to turn on all notifications so you never miss another Sonic Boy upload. Think of this video as a little pseudo sequel to my last Funko Pop video where we talked about every single Sonic Funko Pop. That's basically an extension of that video. Now I have a mini Funko wall set up as a kind of homage to the last video that we did with the ginormous wall that literally was like this entire area. So to start off with the summer, we got Pearlescent Sonic and Shiny Silver, or whatever that thing was called. That silver one was just essentially a re-release with the same pose and everything like that, just glow in the dark now and shiny. But Pearlescent Sonic, which I actually do have right here, was him running. In fact, he was leaked a little bit before his release. I believe there's a mold out there that you could find. But then eventually we got the reveal of this thing alongside the silver. And then shortly thereafter, we got the release of 4 brand new ones. Blaze, SBO, Neo Metal Sonic, and Jet. 3 of which I have right here, and you can see them all displayed right here, except for SBO. Let me turn that. Anyway, these guys look great. We've never gotten Funko Pops of them before. Heck, let alone many figures of these guys. In fact, for these two, I believe they've only had 1 or 2 actual merchandise appearances, so it's really cool to have stuff of them. Too bad I couldn't find Blaze anywhere though. Hopefully I'll pick her up sometime soon. Next Funko Pop to talk about is the first limited edition Funko Pop, which was actually also leaked around the same time of me making that original video. It is the Chaos one. This is the first limited edition one that they've done. It is going to be extremely hard to find this one if you ever go out and about or try to find it really anywhere, because they only made like 3,500 pieces or something like that. But this thing looks great. I really wish I got my hands on it because it's a Chaos Funko Pop, dude. This thing looks great. I really wish they wouldn't do these limited releases and just release a wave in full like they did with Blaze, Jet, Neo Metal, and SBO, because that just seems really cool. In fact, with the specific characters that they've chosen to do that with so far, I wouldn't be surprised if that would actually work really well as its own wave, like a, I don't want to spoil anything, but like a Sonic Villains wave. Anyway, the next few we have here are the DCX Sonic Funko Pops. Now, I only have 3 of these, the rest are up here, but these things look great, obviously. It's got the DC designs there, it's got bunch of different art around that you don't usually see on Sonic Funko Pops, including the character with their match right there. It just looks really cool. I like the poses that they chose for them, and hopefully, I can get my hands on Shadow as Batman, Tails as Cyborg, and Amy as Wonder Woman. These were a Target exclusive, but I am starting to see them pop up in a few other places now, specifically online retailers. So if you can find them, I would definitely recommend picking them up because, I mean, honestly, when do you ever see anything like this for the Sonic series? And released for New York Comic Con is Sonic with Caliburn. This thing looks great, honestly. One of the best ones we've gotten. In fact, I would consider this my favorite, to be perfectly honest with you. It just looks so cool. Sonic in the Black Knight pose. It's just, everything here looks great. I don't want to take it out of the box either because, well, it's the 2025 Fall Convention Limited Edition, even though there were like 11 of them at my Target. One I've completely forgotten to mention that released over the summer was Buccaneer Shadow. Now, I haven't seen really anyone get their hands on this thing. Like, I've seen it in a couple places, like on eBay and stuff like that, but never like fully in someone's hands for a YouTube review or anything like that. But this thing looks really cool. I liked what they did with like the Treasure Hunter Knuckles one, and now to see them doing more outfits from Sonic Dash / Sonic Forces Speed Battle, I think that's just a really cool thing and a great way to switch it up. My only real wish is that they would do it after they've covered pretty much every single Sonic character that they could, because otherwise it just kind of feels like a wasted slot or just like a random one you could make to anyone else not familiar with the franchise. And that is already it for the ones I have, which is just goes to show you how far behind I am on this thing. We soon then after got the release of another limited edition piece, which was Infinite, which he was glow in the dark. I believe he was even less pieces, maybe 1,500, or maybe I'm switching around the numbers for Chaos and Infinite, I can't exactly remember, but he looks really cool. It's glow in the dark, obviously, that just adds a really good factor to it. He floats with the little stand thing. That's pretty much it. It's Infinite. Another one that was released around the same time as these two, maybe in between somewhere, or I mean, technically it's supposed to release in May of this year. It's very confusing as to when this thing is supposed to drop, but, or at least for a worldwide market. Metal Sonic 3.0. This one isn't even like a limited edition thing or anything. I think it's a GameStop exclusive, but that's pretty much it. I don't even have anything to say. This thing just looks really cool. It's essentially the Metal Sonic one, just reskinned, maybe a different pose. I can't quite remember right now, but this thing looks great. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Looks great, and I really wish I could pick this one up soon, just like the Infinite, the Chaos, you know? The next one we have is a 2-pack that released back in February. This one just completely avoided my radar somehow. It's a Target exclusive. It's a 2-pack with Super Sonic and Super Shadow. I didn't know this was coming out. Apparently it was like revealed in January of this year, and I just had no clue, like, whatsoever. Only way I knew about it was from Heroes Productions community post, and I was like, oh, this exists? It's out of stock! What do you mean it's out of stock? If I can find this one sometime soon, I will be so happy, because we definitely do need more 2-packs. And I think there's a lot of potential for what they could do with more 2-packs. But then we have Mighty, Classic Amy and her Chase variant, Mecha Sonic, and Fang the Hunter. This is a beautiful wave. We have yet to see a full-on classic wave, but these ones are still widely available. You can probably go out to, like, Boxed Lunch and find these, or Hot Topic, or Entertain Mart, maybe even a GameStop you could find these at, or maybe even Target or a Walmart too, depending on how they stock Sonic stuff. But these ones are the most recent ones that are released now, and these things just look great. I can't believe, like, these were still leaked, like, almost a year ago, and we didn't get them until almost a year later. These are some of the best Sonic Funko Pops we've ever seen. If I had to get one specifically, it would definitely be Mighty. He just looks great, what can I say? And then the last real big one that to be announced, releasing on March 10th as a limited edition piece, Mephilis the Dark. Why is he a limited piece? This thing looks so cool! We never get any Mephilis merch besides like the Jack specific figure, the GE plush. That's pretty much it. So to see him look like this and look so cool, in fact, they never even changed stuff like the eyes for anything, so it's actually really surprising that they did that. He just looks great. If anyone could get this for me, I might set up a P.O. box so you guys can send me stuff. Send me this, please. Wait, like I said, he is a limited edition piece releasing on March 10th on Funko's website. I forget if he's glow in the dark at all or not, but I don't really think he even needs that. He just looks so cool. And then that's where I get to the point about like a Sonic Villains wave. They should do a wave with Chaos, Metal Sonic 3.0, Infinite, Mephilis. That would go so hard. I don't think I've ever said anything that's made me feel more like a loser than that statement just there. This could go really hard as a Funko Pop wave. Like, what am I, a chud? That was a rhetorical question. But yeah, that's pretty much all the Sonic Funko Pops that have been released. I'm not sure if there are any leaked ones yet, like if there's any that are coming out this year that we don't know about or have listings or anything like that. I'm extremely excited to see what Funko does next with the property, because if they keep putting out this kind of selection, I think that'll be incredible for Sonic collectors to have Funko Pops of their favorite characters. I think it's a great opportunity for them to do that. I'm surprised they haven't done it sooner. Maybe I should make like a little wish list as to what I'd like to see for more Sonic Funko Pops. I think in the next wave, we should see people like Vector, Charmy, the rest of the Babylon Rogues, Sage, maybe a re-release of Eggman because we haven't had him since the first wave. Maybe you could do more classic characters like Classic Tails, Classic Knuckles. A, obviously, is another one you could do, especially with now that Mighty's coming out. Call, Maria, Gerald, maybe Black Doom, Eggman. I still refuse to say that word, but I'll put him on the screen here so you know who I'm talking about. The Deadly Six. That could be a really cool, like, 6-pack thing, although that'd be really expensive, and I'm sure no one wants to pay for Deadly Six merch in the big 26. Maybe Supersonic 2 or, like, Cyber Supersonic or whatever they call him in Sonic Frontiers. Trip the Sun Gazer would be pretty cool as well. Marine the Raccoon. Super Knuckles as well. Wisps. Really deep cuts like Sonic Boom characters like Styx. Sonic Underground, the Archie comics, SatAM in general, Sonic Prime, Sonic X. You could do Elise, you can do like the movie characters. There's so much stuff they could do! But yeah, that's pretty much the thing I want to talk about today. I know, we're just talking about some stupid Funko Pops. I know a lot of you don't really care about that, but I generally regard myself as either one of two things in this community. Either one, the Sonic CGI guy, or two, the Sonic Funko Pop guy, so I kind of got to go with the latter here, especially because it seems to be a lot more relevant in these times than the Sonic CGI does. I'd also like to hear from you guys what Funko Pops you'd like to see as well, if there's any characters I forgot to mention or anything like that. So let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.